Hello, my Sumo peeps. I am back already with another tutorial. Just because I've had a couple of people tell me they don't know how to do like what Lathuris does a lot, Gabby does a lot, I do a lot, where you actually will take a part of a picture and incorporate it with another picture using layers. So what we're going to do here is basically build this image right here. But I'm going to keep it simple with only 4 layers, so we're not going to do that potted plant right there. But we can build this right here fairly easily. So in my challenge, you'll find Sumo has all these layers underneath the main layer. Basically, if we turn these off one at a time, we have a window, a door, some brick. That's like a brick, overlay, and then just this wall right here. So start with the wall. Don't need to do much to that. One thing we could do though is build a little bit of, say, a cement porch or deck. So what we do is take that layer, make sure that layer is selected there, grab our rectangular selection tool, and let us just kind of make a rectangle here of a part of the cement or whatever that is. There we go. Edit, copy, edit, paste. Now what we've done is we've built that into its own layer. I'm going to move that down, and we're going to select the arrow up here, and we're going to right click on the object and choose free transform. Now we're going to move it, because what I want to do is basically turn this into, well, kind of a step or a different plane. And so we need to make it bigger. If you hold your shift key as you're pulling out the corner, it will keep it the same dimension. So you just want to pull it up like that. Now go to the second distort transform, and we're going to pull it out here to kind of give it that distance for that different plane. And hit enter. And you can see now we have a floor basically here. We can change the color of that a little bit to make it a little bit more distinct. Adjustments, hue and saturation. Maybe lower the brightness a bit, just so you know that it's a different plane there. Okay, so now we have a wall and a floor. Now turn on our brick. Our brick, basically, which you can see what it is, it's a kind of way that makes it look like the wall is crumbling, the cement is coming off and exposing brick. So let's adjust that. Free transform, go back to our first tool, and let's kind of pull it out. We're going to bring it down to the level of our floor here. And just, I don't know, whatever looks right to you. So that looks pretty good to me. Push enter. I'm going to make the color a little bit closer to this kind of yellowy color of the cement, just so it doesn't stand out quite as much, or you could make it contrast more. Saturation. I just want it to be a little less red. To me, it looks a little bit more natural that way. So, okay, so now we have a floor, a wall, and some exposed brick. Let's turn on our door. Now with the door, I'm going to free transform that. So it looks about the right size for this right here. So I want to make sure that this line here, the bottom of the door, lines up with the line here, which it does there. So we're going to say that's good. Push enter. Now the problem is it looks like a picture on top of a picture. One of the easiest ways to just kind of get down to the door is either take your eraser tool, turn the flow up, go to a soft brush, take your diameter up a bit, a little bit more, and just kind of erase away and get down to the line of the door. You have to be careful with this because you don't want to really go past this line. You kind of want to keep that shadow area in there. But an easier way to do this would be to take our rectangular selection tool, select just the area we want to keep. I'm going to go ahead and keep the shadow area and go all the way down to this kind of floor here. In fact, I'm going to go a little bit further than I would, because I'm going to erase away some of that. And what we want to do is get rid of the outside of that. So we go select, inverse, edit, cut, select, deselect, and you'll see we have just the door there, which looks like it could be part of that. I have a little thin line here with some of that lighter wall color, which I'd like to get rid of. So I am going to reselect this, just getting rid of that. And select inverse, edit, cut, select, deselect. Now we have something that looks like a door and a wall. Color's a little bit weird. This overlaps a little bit weird here, but we're going to take our soft eraser tool and just carefully erase that away. Kind of blends in with that crack between the floor and the wall. A little bit more natural. And again, the color is a little bit off, so I'm going to see if I can adjust that a little bit closer. There's a little bit more blue, which blue isn't bad. It's not like a door like that wouldn't have blue, but I want to kind of try and give it a little bit of a more blendiness. To colorize, really try to match it, but I don't know if I like that. It blends in too much, so I am going to not do colorize. Just take it to something that looks more natural to me. And we'll see if we like that. Although I don't really, but oh well. Now, one thing that I'm noticing here is that it's very sharp because we did that selection, and I'd kind of like to chill that out a little bit. So if I right click on the door here, choose select pixels, and up here I go select, contract, and it automatically goes to 10 pixels to contract. I don't think we need that many. We're going to choose 5 pixels, push OK, and then select feather, and again we're going to do 5 pixels. OK, now we're going to select inverse and edit cut. Hopefully that'll give us softer edges. Select, deselect. Yeah, see, it just softened up the edges a little bit, makes it look a little bit more natural rather than quite so square. And this right here is bothering me. I think it'd blend in better if this gray cement wasn't here. So I'm going to do another layer. I'm going to move that layer directly over the door. I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to take my dropper tool, and I'm going to choose a color on the floor. See, that gives me the color right here, the foreground color. Then I'm going to go to my brush. That airbrush ought to work. And you can shrink and expand your brush by holding the Shift key and pulling down, and that will shrink the diameter of your brush. And I'm just going to paint over that. I know this looks weird now. And then I'm going to choose overlay and see if that looks okay. No. Let's try hard light. No. Lighten. No. Multiply. No. Darken. No. I think normal is probably the best. I'm just going to turn my opacity down. Maybe not quite that much. And I'm going to set some blur on it. Filters, blur. Oops, I'm blurring the door. My blur. Okay, now this thing's all out of whack. Good old Sumo. Okay, another thing we can do at this door to try and make it blend a little better is go adjustments, color temperature. Maybe warm it up a bit and see if that helps. Yeah, that looks better for me. Okay. Maybe we don't need that now. Don't necessarily need that. Okay, so here we have a door, a floor, a wall, and brick. And I'm going to call that good for now. another way to have cut the door out, if I can't remember if I went through this or not, if I did, excuse me, but if you go to your lasso tool and to your polygonal lasso tool, you can go ahead and this is especially great when you have arches or different shapes. You can just make points around the item and until you make a full complete list or whatever, and then well, here I'll just do a quick bit on the wall here. So I already did that door. Let's pretend we're doing a weird shape. So we're just making points around here. So you get back to the beginning, and then you have a selection. So again, you would, if that was what we wanted to save, we'd go select, inverse, edit, cut, and there's your wall all gone except for that little chunk. That's not what we want, so we're going to go back. Select, deselect. Okay, so now we have a floor, a door, a wall, and some exposed brick. Let's do our window. This window looks like it fits in a little bit better, which is kind of nice. Color-wise, free transform. Remember, again, you can hold your shift key and it will maintain the same shape as it gets larger, but I kind of want this to be a little bit different shape, so I am going to expand this vertically a bit. I think that looks a little bit better next to this door here. And I think we're good. And again, we can go ahead and use either our eraser, which eraser would probably be a little bit better here because you could get a little bit softer edge, but I'm going to choose my rectangular selection tool. And I want to select everything in here that has the shadow. I also want to get this bottom sill with that shadow as well. So we're going to make it a little bit larger than it needs to be. I'm going to do that again. Okay, so that's what we're going to want. So select, inverse, edit, cut, select, deselect, and that almost looks pretty good right there, but we're going to go ahead and once again move it to where we think it looks a little bit better. And we can free transform it, make it a little bit taller if we want. I think I like that a little bit better. Now these edges around here aren't so good, so I'm going to go ahead and try and use the eraser tool to get rid of those. And we're going to zoom in so that we can really see what we're doing. See how nice the door came out? Those soft edges there. So I'll take our eraser tool. Now this I want to turn my flow kind of down, my opacity kind of down, because I don't want it to just 100% erase everything. I want to get rid of this real sharp line here. See, I'm just having to be a little bit careful, and this is part of photo manipulation. It's time spent, and you'll find the more you do it, the more used to it you get, the better and the faster you get at it. Some things are never easy though, so don't ever think that life is never easy. And this is going to be a lot longer of a tutorial than I thought, but oh well. Over here I don't need to be as careful because it really seems to blend in nicely. And I might be making this tutorial for nobody. Nobody ever watches my videos, but I for the one or two people that actually comment, go, oh, I'm so glad that you have these videos up, I do it for them. I'll never achieve YouTube fame or anything, but oh well. I think I'll live. Back in the old days when YouTube first started, I actually did kind of have a little bit of YouTube fame. I mean, not to the extent that people have now, but I remember I used to post a video and within minutes I'd have like 300 views. Now it takes me 300 months to get 300 views. Of course, I do a lot. I used to actually make some funny videos and sing and stuff, and until they started pulling all my videos because of copyright issues and stuff. Then I got sick of the whole thing. I mean, I even had songs that I made up and sang and did the music myself removed for copyright, and it was just you were guilty and you couldn't prove yourself innocent. Okay, so I'm going to shrink this back down. Yeah, it looks pretty darn good. So here we have your window, your door, your brick, your floor, and this is on the other image that I did. I added a pot here. Another important thing. Okay, so let's say that I want to make this door a little bit more inset. We can select the door, go to layers, layer effects, and let's do an inner shadow here. You can see what that does. It creates a little bit of a inner shadow, and I can adjust the distance on it and the softness of it. So it looks like it's a little bit more inset. Another trick you can do if you really want to get this side to look like that as well is duplicate this layer, copy layer effects, paste layer effects on the second layer. Okay, but on this layer we want to go layer, layer effects, inner shadow, and we want to change that direction. Oops. Using angle to that side. There you go. Well, now this side doesn't show. Well, what you do is take your top layer and erase the part of it to expose the layer effects on the bottom layer. See? Isn't that cool? Okay, so now we have inset door. Window looks pretty good. I don't know that we need to maybe put a little drop shadow on it. Layer effects, drop shadow. Could have that, well, I don't know. I don't think that looks that natural, especially since my eraser lines aren't perfect. Yeah, I don't like that, but you can do whatever you want. So anyway, that's how I build all these things out of different images. All these, the window, the door, the wall, the cement wall, and the brick are all images that are available at cgtextures.com. And you can download with the free account, you can download up to 5 megabytes per day. So that's how I build all these images. And you can get really intense with them, add plants, add all sorts of stuff. So anyway, that is how you do these. So this is your, what do we call this? The wall window door challenge. So try and build this image or something similar or something completely different, just adjusting the different layers, and have fun. Bye.